Good afternoon. Welcome back to Empower Your Voice, Unlocking Your Podcasting Potential. Brought to you by Passionate World Talk Radio Network, a wholly owned subsidiary of Global Media Network LLC. And I'm your host, Lillian Caldwell. And I wanted to introduce and let you know that June 11th and June 13th, which is a Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and yes, it will be recorded. I am going to talk about the 7 C's of communication, how to give an interview, and as a host, how you are to be interviewed on somebody else's podcast, and most important, mastering your people skills, or what they concern in the industry as mastering your interpersonal skills. I am presenting these two webinars to introduce you to the fact that podcasting is beyond talking into a microphone. It takes planning, it takes strategy, it takes problem solving. It requires responsibility, discipline, accuracy, mean what you say what you mean. It says a lot about you as a person, your voice language, your body language, your topic, most important. But the most important thing one needs to learn when one is learning how to become a podcaster and to also be successful at it is to remember that there's lots of practice and there's a lot of responsibility. And most important, you have to really be into what you are saying. So you should know that if you are truly committed to your personal growth, whether as a speaker, as a host, education, college classes, school curriculum, an actor, even a TEDx speaker, we'd like to ask you a question. Are you prepared for a transformative shift in your life? If you ever find yourself feeling isolated or stagnant, or if you're trying to establish your own podcast, we are here at Passionate World Talk Radio Network to help you. You can embrace your transformative shift by disseminating and using our wisdom and our expertise. We've been doing it for 19 years, since 2005, when we first put up the station and started doing program/podcasting. We started out with no one, and 19 years later, we're well over 7 million active listeners. And that also means that we have over 176 countries listening to us. Our largest listeners, hold on to your hats. It's Russia, India, Indonesia, China, Germany, and a lot of islands in the Caribbean and the Mediterranean. So if you want to get your message out, if you want to share your wisdom and expertise and experience, or on a topic that you know everybody wants to hear, but no one is actually saying anything about it, then you need to take the podcast optical course. And what is the podcast optical course? It is 30 to 45 minutes of live teaching from me, Lillian Caldwell, and guests who are brought in to talk to you and give you the information necessary for you to start your podcast. But you just don't sit there and take notes. Nope. You have to participate. You need to take the information we give to you stand up and put it back into a form that I, as the trainer, has asked you to do. So it's a participation training. And not only that, I record you and then we go over the recordings. At the end of the official training period, you need 3 finished products of podcasts. And then you are provided with 3 weeks for each podcast to be presented to Passionate World Talk Radio's audience. And if you get a good response or you really enjoyed what you're doing, then we invite you to become an intern at the station to present your podcast. Because once you present a podcast and you get a partial listening audience, you do not want to disappoint. You want to keep on presenting to them what you worked so hard to achieve. You also receive a certificate of completion and you're put in our bi-monthly newsletter. And after 6 months, if you're still very much interested, you're offered the opportunity to become a host on Passionate World Talk Radio. How does that sound? We are currently have openings for applicants to our podcast training. So for certification class, where you receive comprehensive guidance from me, Lillian S. Caldwell, the CEO, the creator / president of Passionate World Talk Radio. Interested? Text 484-364-1032. Name, email, phone number, good time for us to contact you and let you know where to sign up. Or you can send us an email at pwrnetworkllc@gmail.com. Same information. Name, email, phone number, and a good time to get back in touch with you. And by the time you do that, we can send you the necessary paperwork, or you can go over to our education website, which is https://education.passionateworldtalkradio.com. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And remember, take a good look at the blog on https://passionateworldtalkradio.com/blog. Oh, one other thing. We have a newsletter, the Tri-Tip Podcasting newsletter that has tips to help you become a better podcaster. Thank you very much for listening. And remember the 2 dates for the webinar, June 11th, June 13th, Tuesday and Thursday. Again, if you're interested, text or email us to let us know what time meaning the date, whether it's June 11th or the 13th. The webinars begin promptly at 4 p.m. And once again, you can participate and ask questions or come in and tell us some of your podcast accidents and bad mistakes, and we are here to help you overcome that. Thank you and have a great weekend.